Hello and welcome everybody to the Monday Rookie Series here at the Glen. Here at Watkins Glen International. I'm here joined in the booth by none other than Steven Tomazic. Welcome, Steven, tonight. This is going to be a thriller.
Welcome.
Also,
thanks for having me again.
Holy smokes, Lateral G dropping a 20-month subscription this early on in the stream. Massive love goes out to you. Thank you so much, Lateral G, for your continued support over the course of the months, as you have put it. And big shout out to everyone in chat. We have Jeremy Cubbage, the first one there tonight. We got Tropical the Dragon. We have Kylan in chat as well. Doc Milwee, welcome, of course, always here. Kevin Rivera as well, who's going to be in the race a little bit later tonight. Dad, welcome. Good morning from Australia. I think we rated you the other night. I hope your stream went very well. Welcome. It's got to be pretty late for you, or early, rather.
Very early, probably, yeah.
Got Lizzie in chat, David as well. Welcome, everybody. Dat GT3 Girl, excuse me. Welcome. And Devin Anthony as well. More to come, I'm sure. But we have a extremely full grid tonight here at Watkins Glen. We got 48 cars in GT4s as it stands. What could possibly go wrong? I think that's what we're looking for there, right?
A lot can go wrong, but also a lot can go right for some drivers tonight.
We'll see. I do have some, I don't know. Watkins Glen, got to be careful. With 49, look again. It has, in fact, changed to now 49 drivers on the grid, so thank you.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this is going to be quite the thriller. I hope everything goes well. It is the Rookie Series, of course, so let's hope these drivers take it clean into the first few laps. Also, anyone interested, of course, in our leagues here at Trackalicious, we have multiple. Why don't we actually pop into the stream? We are already into the qualifying, of course. We'll start getting some times onto the board here relatively soon. But we can take a look at the calendar here, which is going to be our road to the Grand Finals on Saturday. It's going to be this Saturday coming up here. Spa-Francorchamps, going to be 6 hours over there in Belgium. And that's going to be quite fun. I can't wait for that one. If you guys haven't signed up for any of these leagues, of course, they are available on SimGrid. I will throw it in chat if I can type it correctly this time. And we have our other leagues, GT3 Sunday Championship, which was yesterday, of course. It's going to be quite fun. It has been so far. It's been Barcelona last time around. There was some extremely good racing. Ended up with some Ferraris taking first both time around. It was a very exciting race, though, to lead up to that, and a photo finish almost at the end.
Yeah, I don't want to remember that race.
Steven definitely, yes, ended up facing the wrong direction at one point. But also we have our GT3, GT4 Multi-Class Championship, which we have commentated with Lizzie Alsea. She's in chat as well. And that's going to be on Thursdays, of course, next being Brands Hatch, where we pick the tightest, twistiest, windiest tracks available in ACC. Just so we can have some extreme fun in multi-class action. And some other drivers in chat as well, not wanting to talk about the other night. Moriko in chat as well. Welcome. Let's hope the livery got downloaded correctly. I forgot to go over that with you. I hope so as well. Didn't we have an issue with that at one point? Let's take a look. I think oh, you guys can't even see. Got the calendar in your face. Looks like we are all good this time around. But we do have times being put onto the board currently, and fastest laps being set. Current pole sitter, Miles Sewell.
So far, Miles Sewell, is in the top spot.
And yes, Eric in chat, 49 drivers. Yes, indeed. As the guys in the truck fervently work. I'm getting the picture-in-picture rolling. There we go. We have gotten it up and rolling now. Currently watching Miles Sewell coming around into the shoe sector, as I like to call it, or the boot.
The boot?
I wouldn't call it a boot. It's more of a clown shoe. But, hey, who am I to judge? I also have, a size 13 shoe, so can't really judge. Energy being thrown the way there of Lizzie. from Benjamin Biddulph. You love to see it. And energy is going to be needed here for all of these drivers, I think. But for now, we see the 18 drivers that have set a time. I think there's a few more out there that have yet to set a time in terms of the non-rookies. But after that, we will see the red plates at the 10-minute mark head out to the track where they will start putting in their laps. Give penalties. What is that last word, David? Anyways, we do give first lap penalties here at Trackalicious in the rookie series. So any drivers out there listening, make sure you guys remember to that. Stay cautious into T1. Stay safe, everybody, as lap 1 contact will result in a penalty if it is captured.
Do not be that driver. I have been that driver, and it is not fun.
Also, Sparrow in chat, welcome. Seamus as well, welcome, welcome. The joyous Corgi. What Corgi isn't joyous? Redeeming a hydrate. Rooting for Mike Fisher.
We have just reached 50 total drivers.
Oh my goodness. Is that a full
Renali.
grid?
That is a full grid.
Holy smokes, we're going to have a full grid here tonight, folks. I hope you are all ready for what's going to be in store at the start, because I'm not sure I am. I'm going to need to be buckled into my seat with a 5-point harness, I think.
Yeah, we don't need us flying back and knocking over the studio.
And Mike Fisher, a great real-life driver. What does he drive in real life? I'm just curious. Spaz, NJ Spaz in chat. And Wet Socks out there supporting the Stinky Cheese Man himself, Jason Provolone. Zay just waiting for the chaos ahead. Oh, I hope not. T1 is going to be crazy. Luckily at the Glen, it's not heavy braking into the first corner. It's a very high-speed, fast-flowing corner where the concertina shouldn't be the most, but it is 50 cars, so there will be a concertina effect, and people need to remember that.
Yes, if you're further back in the field, remember, the people up ahead of you have to brake a lot earlier.
A lot earlier. Lift off the throttle. Lift and coast into T1. Oh, can't wait for a 50-car grid at Monza. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that would be something.
I can't wait till a 50-car grid at Bathurst.
Oh, no. I don't think that's gonna. Is there Bathurst on this calendar? I don't have
there
the calendar
Bathurst
to pop
on the
up
calendar.
on the stream because Eric the Boss Kakasa has not provided me with a calendar just yet. Calling him out live on stream. Hopefully he's listening.
There is Bathurst on this.
Oh my goodness.
In this series, I believe this season.
It's race 5 of 6, the second to last. The penultimate race is going to be at Mount Panorama. Of course, next week we'll be at Zolder, then Laguna Seca, Snetterton, Mount Panorama, and Donington. That's going to be our rookie calendar. It's a very tight and twisty tracks as well here. Watkins Glen being
says he will have
the least twist.
The boss has said that he will have the new calendar for you tomorrow.
Lovely. Got the corkscrew next week. We'll see if everyone's alive by the corkscrew. That's going to be a bold ask.
Come on, you got to have a little more faith in our drivers.
I do, but I just don't think that everybody is going to be alive by the corkscrew. That's all. You know, it's the law of large numbers, right? Something, and as well as if something can happen, it probably will. It's racing. Anything can happen, and it usually does. Currently, though, we see Aaron Miller in third position. What a lap from him. 0.3 off of the timing, 154.2 to beat as it stands. We have Tony Rodriguez in second position, the number 55 AMG. Currently, just behind him is going to be Aaron Miller, who's about dead even with their Delta, now heading into the chicane at the back of the straight, the highest speed part now heading. Ooh, McLaren not sounding too too happy there as we head into the outer loop. The curbs being, maybe the traction control, a little high on it, I'm not sure. Down though into third gear. Oh, big moment on the wheel. That's not going to help with the Delta. Still staying even though. Miles Sewell as well, about dead even with his Delta. The virtual checkered flag has fallen, so any driver on the lap will be allowed to complete one, but any driver who has not started one will not be able to if they are a white plate. Heading now into the heel. Aaron Miller not quite looking up on the times just yet. Very tidy though. A bit of a correction though, mid-corner, 3/10. I think it's going to be a tough ask at this point for Aaron to increase any time through these past few corners. He doesn't need much, but he needs about a 1/10. Notice being another driver to keep an eye on here in terms of gaining 3/10 as it stands. That will result in actually a decent position shift for him. He has a bit more time, though, coming through these final few corners as the track rubbers in. Behind him is the number 1 car of Kevin Rivera as well. Kevin Rivera currently sitting down in 12th position with not the greatest time, surprisingly.
No, not the greatest time, but he is improving. He's up about 3, almost 4/10 on his previous set time.
Of course, Kevin Rivera was at the top of the time charts for the free practice session, but now we will see, though, Chronotis coming across the line. Up to P17, very respectable. 2 positions gained there. Kevin Rivera, though, to the line. He has a lot to gain, and he is going to gain a lot, but is it going to be enough? No, not quite. Big position. Not a bad result, all things considering.
No, not bad at all.
And the first one out here on track is going to be Ryan Brown here in the Team Speed Car. Name that I think is new to the Rookie League, the 909 Porsche. Oh my goodness. I need to turn that down. 1 gifted subscription. Thank you very much. 1 Bigley showing even more love. You're absolutely awesome. Thank you, Jacob Church. Gifted 34 subs in total. Absolute legend. And Giotto, enjoy your emotes. Rusty Plastic, Chaos. We'll see, we'll see. It's not chaos just yet. As actually, it is a little bit of chaos at the end of Sector 3 where the drivers are all grouping up. But being very respectable. I think nobody, from the looks of the minimap, getting too out of place here. And Danny Versosa calling it. Nothing will go wrong. So if anything does go wrong, it's all Danny Versosa's fault. We now have a scapegoat to blame it on.
Yes, we do.
We have not looked at the junior liveries yet. We'll get there.
I was viewing those liveries before, and they are looking really good, and they're funny.
How many red plates? That's a really good question.
There are 26 red plates, I believe.
Yeah, I think you are correct. I think that's what I'm counting as well. 26 red plates out there, so over half the grid. 50 cars on the grid. We have a full grid here tonight in this Rookie League for Race 1. I cannot believe it. And this is Trackalicious' first full grid, and it's happening here. You guys are going to witness it tonight. Of course, we have not just 1 race, but we have 2 races tonight. Let's hope all 50 make it to second. Any new guys? Seems like there are quite a few. Currently looking at one of them now that at least I think is new. Ryan Brown comes across the line. Could be 20th position overall. First position in terms of the red plates for now. Caleb Dimmock comes across the line. Nice lap as well. 155.8. The Balf Motorsports. Tony Danzig as well comes into 3rd position. Seth Lincoln actually taking that now. The 101 Schwood Motorsports. I definitely mispronounced that.
And these These drivers are really pushing in the rookie class, and Gappa takes over the 3rd position now in P25 overall.
That Lincoln,
Seeing
though?
a lot of green numbers on the time scales here.
Yeah, everybody is kind of pushing it to their absolute limits right now. We'll see if they have a bit more in store. They're going to need it. Caleb Dimmock, of course, setting the time pace at a 1:55.8. It's the benchmarker to beat for the red plates. Of course, there are 2 different classes here, red and white plates. For anyone new to motorsports and new to this stream, the red plates are the rookie drivers. The white plates are the non-rookie drivers. And currently, we're seeing some of these rookies intertwined with the non-rookies, which is awesome to see.
It shows that practice does help, and sometimes these pros, they just have bad days, and you get mixed in with the red plates.
Yeah, the field is going to be really mixed as well, as we have 50 drivers. You know, some drivers definitely, as you're saying, some of the skilled drivers not able to perform, and when there are this many of them, some are bound to not perform. Caleb Dimmock, it's going to be even more of a pole position for him. Great job there. Up to a 1:55.3.
P13 overall. What a lap.
Rusty Plastic, I'm a rookie amongst the white plates. I'm assuming you're Ryan Brown in chat. And yes, you are in the sea of white as it stands. We also have the Heart of Racing here of Krill in the Heart of Racing 25. Got to think about that one for a second. Invalidates as he comes across there through out of the boot, and he's gonna have to try one more time here. He's gonna be able to get in 2 more laps. Got Dom in chat as well. Welcome, Blue.
Hey, Blue.
Osintsev? Anyways, if somebody in chat knows, I'd appreciate a little bit of help.
I believe that is Osintsev.
Osintsev? Awesome.
Yes.
Professional name pronouncer here. Benjamin Biddulph behind in the Noobs R Us junior car. Why don't we take some time and give a little bit of inspection by request from the team principal over at Noobs R Us. Lovely Lego-inspired Noobs Academy driver, or Noobs Junior.
Looks like it's got some tape on the nose.
Oh, we're losing it. Driver in training. Yes, indeed.
The bumper sticker is what gets me.
Please be patient, student driver. Brought to you by Google. As Benjamin Biddulph driving on a controller. Check Lizzie's. Let's take a look. Lizzie Alisea currently sitting in P46 with a Noobs R Us Junior livery as well.
Look at the other side of the car.
We're slowly getting there. I see.
That's great.
The budget over at Noobs R Us is very high. Lizzie with a showroom-ready BMW here.
They're saying to zoom in on that door.
50% off. They left the sticker on even. Lizzie, though, 4/10 up on her Delta. Entering the heel, or the toe, excuse me now. Is but a scratch.
Just a flesh wound.
Of course, loads of support for Lizzie Alisea in chat. Of course, I'm sending energy over to Lizzie Alisea as well, a fellow commentator. Want to see her do amazing. Show that the commentary team isn't, well, useless. We can do, things besides talk.
We try to do things besides talk.
But currently, Lizzie, say 7/10 up now. She does need to make up quite a bit of time to gain a position on Mike Fisher. Of course, Mike Fisher, a fellow Mike. Got to show love where it is. I should probably watch Lizzie come across the line. She comes across the line. 2:01.7 for her. Just behind Mike Fisher.
Good effort by all of the drivers. But Dimmick, oh man, that time putting him up in P13 amongst all of the pros.
He's even inside one of them as it stands. He has become one of them.
He has. He's channeling the chi.
Also, big shout out there to Ryan Brown and Kevin Johnson taking P2 and 3 for the red plates. There are still a few drivers yet to set a time, though I'm not sure they have the time to challenge for that. Scott Sullivan, though, on a good improvement lap. Currently 6/10 with quite a few corners to go. Wow, that AMG got really loud when he hopped on board. Where does a 57 dead put you? A 57 dead would put you in P24 as it stands.
27. No, it would be P26. Yeah, P26.
Oh, I was looking at the last laps. Whoops. The invalid last laps. My bad.
And I believe that's it.
Kevin Rivera says, I hate this weather. I have no grip. Yes. Optimum track, 23 degrees and 18 ambient. So literally probably the best track you could possibly imagine.
Gentlemen, I just
Yes.
wanted to come in and say, how exciting is it to have a full 50 car grid? Thank you to all the drivers. Thank you to you guys and everyone who put the league together. Miller and Seth Lincoln, our managers, Chrono, who does all the background work. Huge thank you to everyone. And you have a lot of cars to go through, so
Yes, I
I'm
do.
going to bounce out.
And I know Eric is rearing to keep it in his waistband because that has been his dream ever since he started this series to have a full
happened.
grid. And yeah, he needs to just keep it down in there for a little bit longer, Eric. But anyways, we're gonna get this grid rundown going. We have, like you said, a lot of drivers to go through on this one, and I'm most certainly gonna go for overall positions rather than relatives because I'm gonna lose track very quick. Why don't we pop into here the camera as well as get funky beats rolling as we see here. It's gonna be a British P1. Miles Sewell in the 503 Aston Martin starting in P1. Next to him is going to be Tony Rodriguez taking the front row. Aaron Miller is lining up in P3. Next to him, I'm so sorry, Lipo. The Finnish driver in the number 666 in the Camaro. Kevin Rivera going to be taking 5th fastest overall. Casey Schutte 6th. Darren Thomas taking 7th in the 613. Cassie Jackman going to be in 8th position. Next to him, or them, will be Alex Sheen. George Elmer taking the top 10. Potts Weaver, 11th fastest, next to John Hawley. Caleb Demock, the P1 red plate driver. Next to him will be Adam King, a previous red plate driver who is going to be lined up next to, well, it seems like maybe a previous one here in the future. Brandon Pfeiffer going to be lined up in the Janetta in P15 here, the 222, next to Jason Provolone, the Stinky Cheese Man. Jeremy Cubbage in P17. Next to him will be Professor Conotis in 18th. Kevin Yu going to be lining up in 19th fastest overall. Taking the top 20 here will be Jacob Church with that lovely One Bigley livery. Amazing job. Ryan Brown, 21st fastest. That's going to be second in terms of the red plates. Next to him will be Kevin Johnson in third. Devin Anthony taking 23rd overall. Next to Zane Bliskett in 24th. Oh, the engines are started. Krill in Ostintsev I'm sorry, I butchered it on the spot. In 25th position, the number 25 and 25th, very fitting. Benjamin Biddulph in 26th, I'm only halfway through. Reggie King in 27th, next to Alexio Gappa in 28th. Alex Freeman in 29th, next to Alex Winchester in 30th. James Fuller going to be 31st fastest, next to Mike Patrick in the BMW in 32nd. Jason Nauber in 33rd overall, next to Seth Lincoln in 34th. Chris Blachowicz, I'm so sorry, Chris. The Polish driver Blaskovich, thank you. In 35th, the number 35 driver in 35th, along with the number 25 and 25th. Anyways, Tony Danzig in 36th. Next to him will be Brandon in P37, next to Moriko Yatanashi in 30th. I'm so sorry for the names, guys. We'll work on them over the season. John Hawley taking 30th, next to Eric Wolf in 40th. Scott Sullivan in 41st, next to Michael Cortez in 42nd. Patty Doring taking 43rd in the Class and Gas 808. We have another, Stefina Blaskovitz in P44, so I'm assuming they are potentially related. The number 53 driver there, Stefano Rinaldi, the Italian, in 45th, next to Mike Fisher in 46th. Lizzie Alisea, the Noobs R Us Jr. driver, taking 47th. Yeager Carew in 48th, Jeff Douglas 49th fastest, number 22, and last but not least in P50, the back of the full grid, is going to be Raleigh Duche in the Aston Martin. That's a full grid.
That is a lot of talking.
That's a very, very full grid.
That is a very full grid.
As that was literally, I think, 3 minutes straight of talking.
I think we could have gotten through all of that if the boss didn't show up.
Wow. Calling him out like that, huh?
Oh, I will.
As we take a little hydration to, and it's Rusty Liney. What? That almost makes it more confusing, and there's 50 names on the grid. Which one? Thanks, Dom. Oh no, and I accidentally clicked from start pits. How'd you manage that? That's gonna be Krill, Osnintstev. Say it again, please.
Osintsev.
Thank you. Osintsev. Krill Osintsev in P50 now. Back of the grid. We also have one more starting in the pits. Who is that? It's a Camaro of
That
John
would be
Hawley.
John Hawley, yes. Yes, making sure you hit that drive button before that timer hits 0 is very, very important.
John
in
Hawley.
order for you to maintain your position.
I love John Hawley's livery. Making that after his kid's favorite TV show. Absolutely awesome. But we are now coming to a relative close, actually, on our outlap. It's quite the long outlap here at Watkins Glen, too. Turns out when you have that 50 cars on the grid, well, I guess it's going to take a while to line up. But 3.4 miles here at Watkins Glen, 11 corners, 6 to the right, 5... How do I... Oh, I typed it wrong. I don't know how many to the right. Apparently there's 6 to the right and 5 to the right in my notes. Whoops.
I believe that is 6 to the left and 5 to the right.
Thank you. As we get ready here, change that quickly. Okay, as we get ready, 2x2 Noah's Ark formation, getting ready to go green here. I'm Mike Noss in the booth. Next to me is going to be Steven Tomazik. We have Miles Sewell in P1. Next to him, Tony Rodriguez. We got 50 cars on the grid. As we get ready to go green here, it's going to be absolute chaos and carnage potentially, but we are here in green now, and it's a 50-car start. And it's a very slow start for our P2 starter there in the AMG, as he's going to be quickly attacked by Aaron Miller into the first corner, but it's going to be a big concertina effect as everybody looking to get through the corner safely. It seems so far so good. I'm not seeing any yellow flags. Back to the Jacob Church, the leader of the, Caleb Dimmock is the leader. He's through safely, but we see side-by-side action through and throughout the entire field. There's so much to digest. I don't even know what to do. Cassie Jackman here, side-by-side. Go ahead.
A lot of the thing is with this track, it's not always the first turn that gets you. It's the S's section before going down the back straight.
Oh, and that's deep into the chicane for the McLaren. I think that was Potts Weaver, but he manages to keep it under control. We see a car off into the grass there trying to rejoin, but the car stopping, checking up, and everybody brake checking each other. That's causing a massive concertina here, and oh no, we have a couple of cars off into the gravel collecting each other. So far, though, everybody making it through with minor scrapes and bruises, I think. Everybody getting off the gas relatively early as approaching that. I'm not sure what caused that, as we have a car, McLaren, off into, that's Alex Freeman, into the wall there, just taking a long lap penalty pretty much. As well, Reggie King here. The return of Reggie King on the chase to get Devin Anthony. We saw Devin Anthony in chat earlier. Of course, for the lead, Miles Sewell still does have the lead. Tony Rodriguez did manage to hold on, and Lipo in P3.
And it just looked like they were trying to go too wide into inner loop, and it just was not going to work. Some drivers had a little oopsie before inner loop, but that too wide into inner loop is very, very technical. You got to know what you're doing to do that.
Oh no, and John Hawley's brakes broke.
No.
That's why he started in the pits. At least it didn't break when he was out on track. Kevin Rivera here side by side with the 613 momentarily, but Thomas not quite enough of a threat just yet. Heading, though, into the second corner now. Is he going to have enough? It's going to be very ambitious. If he does, he's going to go for it on the outside. It's just a bit deep. We see Aaron Miller, though, up ahead, pressuring Casey Schutte very hard here. Casey Schutte actually started in P6, up 2 positions from where he started. Behind that, those drivers all checking up very nicely. In terms of the rookies, let's check the bulk of the rookie pack. Benjamin Biddulph here, working his way through some of the white plates. Mike Patrick getting overtaken there. Now Devin Anthony next up on the chopping block for Biddulph. Also, Lolly in chat, welcome. And Spaz acting, the track temps, we're looking at 18 ambient and 23 track.
That's a pretty chilly track.
What is, I mean, I think that's a pretty good track, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a good track, but colder is better for the tires. Looking at the biggest winners and losers so far, biggest winner right now is Dallas. He's made up 9 positions, as well as Cortez. Cortez also has 9, and so far the biggest loser out of everybody on track is unfortunately Naubert, down 11 positions from the start.
You know, I just want to give massive credit to everybody on this grid, as we had 50 drivers starting this. We had a couple bumps and bangs and scrapes and bruises on the first lap, but we still have 50 drivers underway, all on track. John Hawley with a broken brake at the beginning of this race, and he's back out. We see Winchester here on the charge. Seth Lincoln, not much of an answer there. He doesn't, oh, that's Tony Danzig, excuse me. Not much of a fight there from Tony. Missing his braking zone and almost collecting the Porsche, but the key word there was almost.
Almost. Almost does not count unless it's horseshoes and hand grenades.
Exactly. Yeager Carew, though, this is a little 3-wide clump, as we have Lizzie Alisea in 41st position. She's made up some ground here on the first lap. Can pull up the relatives if ACC TV will allow me. And see the battles at hand here. We have Moriko Yatanashi not too far behind, 1.6 seconds off. If these guys keep it up for a while, they will definitely get involved. The 33 car, what's happened here? That's Jeremy Cubbage. As I hit a minute. Oh no.
Oh.
All right, well. Oh wait, I hit something else. I don't know what I hit.
I will say he has massive damage to the front end of that car. The bonnet is loose and flopping around in the wind.
My goodness, the team principal going to be devastated with that. And I think I went back too far to even catch the action. That's the worst part. Terrible, terrible streamer.
It was looking like it came out of the exit of the inner loop. Up, Jason Provolone had an off. He just had an off over coming out of heel.
Back live.
But it looks like he's back on track.
We do see Alexio Gappa in the Noobs R Us Junior car here, battling alongside with Devin Anthony. Devin Anthony, I think, will be able to get this done. But look at that behind. It's going to be a Noobs R Us. A little pack here momentarily, but actually, though, Alexio is pulling a bit ahead. Ooh, and the little bit close there. But the driver from Zimbabwe making it, well, at least that's the flag that he has. I'm not sure, but making do. And thank you, Daddy, Daddy, Dad. Great name. Absolutely love it.
Oh, man.
Oh, Miles Sewell. What has happened to Miles Sewell? He's plummeting down the field. That's huge. Miles Sewell, our race leader, as he's into the barrier. I didn't go, what in God's name just happened? The demon has possessed the car of Miles Sewell.
Oh, man. It looks like he just hit the first section of inner loop just off a little bit, which sent him off into the wall.
From P1 to P19, P1 to P19 in one corner, and now he has his windshield wipers on just to add insult to injury.
He's just wiping it off. It'll buff out.
Yeah. That's what those are for. But he's gonna go on the charge. He doesn't care. Damage or no damage, windshield wipers in the dry or not. Dry tires in the wet or not. He's gonna go for Jacob Church here. Also, Jacob Church with an incredible livery.
Adam King just had a little bounce off of the wall coming into the front stretch, heading towards the 90. But he's fighting against Brandon Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer has the inside line heading up into the S's. And Brandon Pfeiffer has taken the position.
Patty Doring into the pits. Uh-oh, Kevin Johnson's plummeting down the field to number 24 as well, but we're going to stick with the side-by-side action for now as we head now into the chicane. Oh, Jacob Church keeping that nose ahead. Into the outer loop now. Jacob Church firmly ahead. We saw a catastrophe here on the last lap, and catastrophe has happened on this lap. What is going on? What has happened here? This car is absolutely scattered everywhere. Is Jaeger Carew here going kind of slowly on the outside? We're approaching T1 now. And this is where everything's about to kick off. Jaeger has missed his braking zone tremendously, taken out two drivers. And they didn't take each other out, but they did go into the barrier.
So before Johnson, it looked like he just hit the marbles and just sent the car around. Just did not like that. And Danzig into the wall, going into the boot, I believe. Yes, he's going into the boot.
Mike
Fisher. We can catch that one.
Mike Fisher here, under threat from Kevin Johnson in P47. We see Lizzie Alisea as well, battling with John Hawley. John Hawley is through as well. Scott Sullivan trying to take advantage of that outside line. Car high. I'm going to go down on the inside. Not quite.
Danzig just missed his brake point and sent the car straight up into the wall.
Yeah, I saw that on your end there. Yes, he did. That, I don't think, is going to buff out. Not quite going to be a showroom-ready Camaro for this post-race walk. But no one's thinking about post-race yet.
I'm sure the mechanics will have it ready for whoa, what was that? Sheen and Potts Weaver going side by side into the inner loop. I just caught a little bit of it. and they were bumping doors heading into inner loop.
There's battles all around this field. Scott Sullivan just trying to pick a moment here to get the job done on Lizzie Alisea. Lizzie with a 2:03.7 last lap. Scott Sullivan with a 2-minute dead. Pace most certainly there for Scott. He just needs to find that window that is safe to make it happen. Needs to be careful, though, as Moriko Yatanashi is gaining quickly. And Jason Nauber, though, with a yellow flag momentarily. Looks like he's managed to gain it under control.
Kevin Rivera had a big
disconnect?
off.
Looks like a disconnect. As he was off the track.
Looks like it did,
yeah, I think
yes.
Kevin Rivera, oh no, Kevin Rivera with a disconnect. That's unfortunate.
You hate to see it.
Well, there's always race 2 at least, but you never want to see someone come out of the race like that.
There's just so much action right now on track. It's hard to keep up with it.
Yes, I am having that issue as well. It's a bit of sensory overload here. As it is basically constant battles from P1 to P49, to be completely honest. It's quite tight.
Ooh.
If someone isn't
Sewell versus Bliskett came real close to taking out Bliskett right there by miles. But he's trudging on even with all that damage to the front end.
Seth Lincoln and Michael Cortez trying to go with each other here. I think Michael Cortez just got the job done, actually. We unfortunately missed that. We see Blaskovitz down a couple positions as well. Blaskovitz started in actually P35, up 6 positions from where they started, but losing a couple here in this lap. Still great results. Car off into the alternate route there.
Yep, that was Winchester. He tried going too wide and unfortunately got the tires onto the grass and there's no grip there. Sent him straight.
Jaeger Carew here, side by side with Lizzie Alisea. Yes, that is Lizzie Alisea on the outside. Outside of the inner loop, does get it done before the high-speed corner. Gets off track a little bit. We see the car behind there of Kevin Johnson get the job done as well. Scott Sullivan with a wounded AMG. I'm not sure if he picked up damage when we stopped watching him here, but we see Eric Wolf under threat as well from Winchester. This is an out-of-class battle, so not the most important, but still a battle nonetheless. In terms of these guys, it's going to affect the red plates. Eric Wolf going to be looking to get that job onto Fuller at some point, but James Fuller kind of caught in a bit of a train right now as Seth Lincoln behind Michael Cortez. Michael Cortez, pretty much this train, up to about Michael Cortez is where it stands.
I'm keeping an eye on this 5-car battle for P10. You got Professor Carnotis, Kevin Yu, Jackman, King, and Brandon Pfeiffer all within about a second and a half. And they are fighting tooth and nail for that P9 position, I'm sorry.
Ooh, look at that. John Donnelly on the outside trying to get a little cheeky, get it late on the brakes. He does actually end up losing the position there to John Hawley as well. John on John action. We see Jeremy Cubbage. Oh big
no.
One for Eric Wolf.
Oh, no. I don't know what that was, but it looked like the door was just closed right on him and he had no time to react.
Let's take a look at that one from the helicam here and see Jeremy Cubbage going a little slow on the build-up there, which kind of catches off. Oh my. He makes contact with the purple and green AMG. Not sure who that was. That was Fuller. James Fuller here. So they were battling a little bit. I think that Jeremy Cubbage going slow there just kind of caught him off guard. Jeremy with some massive, massive damage on the front of that Aston Martin as well.
Oh no, Freeman just had an off and he hit the wall and took out a couple of the brake markers coming out of heel.
That could cause chaos.
Oh yes, it could.
Late in this race, no brake markers. That could be bad. Drivers should be trained to drive without them, but, you know, it's still, you get caught off one lap, and that could be the end of it.
You don't need the brake markers, but it helps.
It does.
And I'm watching this battle between Muhlenbacher and Dallas. They've been swapping places back and forth with each other. And they're now going down into the 90. Dallas has the run. Dallas makes the pass. But he goes a little bit deep and gives it right back to Muhlenbacher.
What position is this for?
This is for position 33.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Just a lot happening. And of course, as soon as I switch off, Winchester gets by.
And we had it off with Gappa.
It's a bit of chaos here on track. That was a big error from Fuller, which he ends up way wide onto the marbles, allowing Jeremy Cubbage and Winchester to slip back through.
Unfortunately, it looked like Gappa and Biddle had a little bit of a touch over at inner loop.
Ooh, Seth
I
Lincoln
saw
with a
both of them
wobble.
go yellow a little bit.
Seth Lincoln had a great run there on Mike Patrick, but unfortunately he gets a little moment of oversteer, and that costs him massively as Blaskovitz ends up by Chris easily through as a result.
Yep.
We also have Stefina Blaskovitz. Just got overtaken there by Kryl Osnitsev? Osintsev. It's hard
And
to say in the moment.
We now have a new leader in the AM class. Ryan Brown has gotten around Dimmick.
Really? Holy
Yes.
smokes, Ryan Brown must have some pace. Or Caleb Dimmock has put in an error. 158.2 last lap. His fastest lap. He might have put in a pretty bad past few laps, actually. We also
been seeing him drop back. He was up in P15. Now he's back down to P18. Ryan Brown just hunted him down and got that position from him.
Oh, and look at that. Jacob Church with the on-the-grass pass. At least the on-the-grass pass attempt. Can he get it done? That's Jacob Church on the Devin Anthony on the marbles. He's going to have the inside line, though, coming into the inner loop, but it's going to quickly change into the favor now. Well, no, it doesn't really. Devin Anthony still holds the line, and actually Jacob Church washes way wide as a result. He should be able to hold that position. Take a look at this livery, though. This is an awesome livery here from Jacob Church. What's the word? It has a face. Look at that. You can see it's got a very lovely face on the front. But I'm sure Jacob doesn't want to hear that.
That is a very interesting livery.
I like it. One of those things that make your eyes go weird.
I now have my eye on this battle for P26 between Seth Lincoln and Blaskovich. C. Blaskovich.
There's a bit of a four-way battle going on right now between Kronotis, Sewell, Kevin Yu, and Provolone, and it's getting heated. We are 3 wide coming into the final corner right now. Holy smokes. There is a lot of scratches on all of these guys' cars, and I can see why. We're going to be 2x2 now going through onto the start-finish straight. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
3 wide into the first corner. There's almost contact, but there isn't. Kevin Yu
I don't know. I
washes
think there might have
wide.
been contact there.
Might have been very light if there was. I'm not sure. It didn't unsettle the car that much if so. But Kevin Yu didn't quite make that corner. Jason Provolone now side by side with Miles Sewell. Miles Sewell, though, on the inside line, getting the speed advantage, and Provolone actually gets cost massively. Kevin Yu is now through, and Zane Blisket is joining the party as well. And can he get the job done on a Provolone? Provolone with just an absolutely atrocious run onto the straight, and he doesn't manage to stay ahead. Zane Blisket gets by. Kevin Yu now looking up ahead towards Miles Sewell, and Kronotis holding on by a thread. He washes wide. Miles Sewell's going to have a look on the inside. In fact, Kronotis is off into the grass almost. He's sticking with it, though. He holds the inside line. Cronota's back down. The T-Swizzle 2022 car putting up a tremendous battle here at the very end. Side by side still into the toe, but I think it's going to be Sewell with the advantage, but I've said that 5 different times now, and Cronotus has proved me wrong every time. But there we see it. I think now he's going to be threatened by Kevin Yu. This action, Steven, is absolutely incredible. This is constant back and forth. What is happening here?
And all of this battling is allowing the drivers behind them to catch up, and now it's turning into a big fray for this P12 position.
The leaders have finished the race. Tony Rodriguez, Lipo Ratu. I'm so sorry, Lipo. I'm really trying. It's tough. I'm sorry. The number 666 takes P2, Casey Schutte in P3. But this is the battle to keep an eye on. Holy smokes. As they come across the line.
And there's another battle just in the back with Blaskovich and Cortez. And Biddle in the P23, P24, P25.
We see Ryan Brown come home there for the P1 of the red plates. Caleb Dimmock in second. Reggie King not in third. Benjamin Biddulph in third for the red plates. But down to the wire, we see that battle that you were talking about there. John Hawley as well, I think. Or is that what you were talking about? Or Kev Johnson?
I was looking at the Gapa Lincoln Blaskovich.
Oh, my.
Yeah, John Hawley trying to go for it.
Krill tags the wall at the end there. It doesn't cost him anything, but it could have.
That wall comes at you so fast.
Oh, man. What a race. 49 drivers across the checkered flag as we had a disconnect, unfortunately, from Kevin Rivera, who was going to put up quite the result. This time around, though, unfortunately not. Looking to make it up, though, in the next session. But still, almost. We would have had all 50 cars come across the line, were it not for a disconnect.
Those pesky disconnects, they did it again.
And Krill with a P49 to P35. Wow. I think that's all that can really be said there. What a drive.
Lizzie Alisea came across the line 43rd. She gained 3 positions in that race.
Oh, no, wait. Krill is... no, wait, no, that's not Krill. Excuse me. F1 is... Krill. Wait, no, wait. Yeah, it is Krill. Excuse me.
All right.
I was right.
So the biggest winner on positions gained for this race was
Jeff.
Cortez with 17 gained positions.
That's Jeff. Wait, you're Krill? Okay. ACC TV's having... Okay, it's fine. We're good. Michael Cortez also up 18 positions from 42nd. Sorry, go ahead, Steven. Just confused.
You're confusing me.
Why don't we head back to the booth? That sounds like a good idea. Oops. Guys in the truck here, get ready. Process.
Yes, it is.
We get ready to switch over into the next session. Of course, there's a race 2 here, but we're in race 1 of 2 of
1 of 2.
1 of 2. Thank you.
Wow, what a first race! A lot of action. Everybody was good going into the first turn, which is always good to see. The big issue though for them was the inner loop.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a couple collisions happen there. Unfortunately, a massive hit from an AMG at one point. That was a bit of a unfortunate one, but nonetheless, like I say, 49 drivers across the line. That's quite the feat there. And big shout out to the top 3 of each class as we are now heading over into the qualifying. It'll be a minute to set up changes, and then we'll head out to our 3.9 mile, 3.6 mile,
3.4
mile outlap. Only like, what, 26 tracks to remember in ACC?
Yeah.
23? Close enough. We're getting there. Wasn't there a Days of Thunder Camaro? Yes, there is. I don't know what Days of Thunder is, but there is. We can check that out. I'm not sure who had that one, as everybody is inside of each other as it stands, so it's going to be tricky to find, but we can take a look down the grid.
I believe...
There it is. Maybe? Is that it?
I think it was the 666.
We'll take a look
Route
in-game.
Salinen.
Is that how you say that? How would you say that?
Honestly, I don't really know.
I don't either, to be completely honest. Anyone in chat? Well, you guys can't see the name, but
Route Salinen?
Route Salanen? Yeah. Route Salanen.
Route Salinen.
That's it.
I believe.
What we're going with for now. That's definitely... I think it's definitely not right, but it's closer than I could even imagine, so... Rubbing his race and... Oh, and it's a old NASCAR movie with Tom Cruise. I'm young. What can I say? But why don't we head now back into the session as we are into the qualifying, getting ready for our race 2.
Alrighty. Let's see who's gonna come across the line first to start their lap.
Looks like it's going to be the nice and young Potts Weaver.
Reset the pit wall, please.
Thank you. Anyone that
Car
is
number
interested,
13.
we have a pit wall. It is pinned in the chat, but we can also type it out real quick.
Potts Weaver is the first car to come down the front stretch heading into the 90.
As he comes now heading into turn 1. Trying to hook up a good lap here for lap 1, but he's a bit deep and a bit off the apex of T1. You can cut that curb fairly tight, even in this McLaren. So we head up the hill flat out the entire way now, all the way to the chicane. Where we're going to be looking for our braking marker in the GT3 or GT4s, it's about the 300, I think?
350.
350? Okay. About 350 there we're looking for. Oh, clips the inside curb a little bit deep. Manages to keep it under control surprisingly well, actually. I think he took, I'm not sure, maybe that was the line. Might have been just on the limits there for Potts Weaver.
You gotta be on the limits to get those good times, though.
Comes now into the chute. Heading downhill into the toe. Off camber. Can really throw the car into that corner and it will just grip up. Very easy to get on the throttle too early, though, and unsettle the rear end. It's not... Actually, it is a pretty big problem here in the McLaren. I was going to say it's not too big a problem, but no, it's a massive problem in the McLaren, actually. Potts, though, not an issue with him. Oh, these are GT4s. What am I talking about? Not an issue in the GT4s.
The GT4s just love curbs.
Yeah, that's more of a GT3 problem, not a GT4 problem. Excuse me. But Watkins Glen, though, founded in 1956, and it's been unchanged since 1971. So we are racing on some historic tarmac here tonight, and making history as well with a full grid. Absolutely incredible. Massive thanks to all the drivers involved, of course, putting that together. We only have 48 cars here as it stands, but it did happen.
And Potts Weaver now has provisional pole right now.
First one
There's
across the
still
line.
some speedy boys that are... Yep, there goes Miles Suez. Miles Suez now has provisional pole.
Cassie
in that
Jackman
Aston
also
Martin.
with a great time in the Alpine Esports Series here. The number 21 with a 155.7 to start us off. Casey Schutte, though, the old man's come out of nowhere. come out of retirement to put in a lap on these kids. Show them how it's done. He is going to absolutely hate me for that. But the jazzy rods here of Tony Rodriguez, he does manage to take it back now into the 154 as we go. And actually Shen bringing us into the 154s. Alex Shen joining us here this time around. And John Hawley is going to miss quali now. Why are you going to miss quali? Did all 50 make it back? Not yet. As we have rumors of 49, but Kevin Rivera, I'm thinking as he hasn't popped in chat to say anything just yet. Actually, I haven't really been reading chat too much, but I think we're all good. An automatic rabbit, only 66k away. You're like halfway there. Wait, how much did I charge? Oh, you're like at 10k. You got a ways to go, brother. You got a ways to go.
And I hope those mechanics down there for Hawley can get those technical issues ironed out before the next race.
Yeah, as well as Kevin Rivera. Let's hope they, oof, big moment there for Potts in T1. It's not going to help his lap time. But yeah, hopefully Kevin Rivera manages to come back. I do not remember. There's a lot of drivers on the grid.
A lot. And we got the Cheese Man making his way around the final turn, heading into the front straight. Looking to see what time he puts down. He's looking at a 55.562 for the Cheese Man.
Lovely, lovely lap there from Provolone. The fan base will be raving wild. And, Steven, I think that's Tony asking in chat here. I think this is more of a question that you could probably answer maybe better. Do you keep the best points finishes out of 2 races, or does it count them both? How does the point system work here in this league? I honestly don't fully know, as I've never been a part of this league.
Well, the way this has always been done is really... For the rookies, it's kind of like whose line is it anywhere where the points don't matter. You're just here to have fun. But for the pros, it is both races count towards your points. So if you win race 1, but you then get say 12 in race 2, those numbers are combined. So, or your P1 gives you the points for first position, and then your P12 will give you the points for the P12 position, and those get added together, and that's your score for the round.
Oh yeah, and then there's also a drop round, which I don't really know how. I should really learn how this stuff works, shouldn't I?
I believe how the drop round works is it drops just your worst lap or your worst race. So if you're running a double header,
or
no, it's just your worst.
Okay.
Is drop.
No. Okay, no. So I was gonna correct that. So no, there are points for the rookies. He was making the point in that the rookies shouldn't be focusing on the points.
On points, yes.
But it is scored the exact same way for the rookies. And the rookies do take it quite competitively towards the end of the series, some of them. So yes, there are points, but we do incentivize you to not care so much about the points and maybe focus more on the learning.
Focus more on the learning,
and
focus more on the driving.
Get into the not rookie class is more what your goal should be. If you're competitive, you should be shooting your way into the non-rookies, which of course Benjamin Biddulph, I think you're going to be working your way there fairly quickly. Are you already in there? No, I don't think you are just yet. No, you're in the Noobs R Us Junior. What am I talking about? But you'll be there soon enough, I'm sure. Tony Rodriguez, though, with a really good time here. The Jazzy Rods. Currently 154.4. Lizzie's legs were shaking.
Up, and Hawley has made it out onto the track. I guess the pit crew was able to get the technical issues ironed out, and he's now throwing down a lap.
Lovely. Let's hope we can get Kevin Rivera back, but like I say, I'm not sure at this point. Miles Sewell bringing an end to his qualifying session. They 154.5. Not able to best Rodriguez. Rodriguez, he also invalidates. Decides to call an end to that one. We have Lipo Rautsalini. Is that what we agreed on?
Rautsalinen.
Rautsalinen, thank you. I was going to say, that didn't sound right. Rautsalinen, I missed the N. In P3 currently, about even with their Delta, heading towards the final corner now. Got the American flag on the car as well as the Air Force? Simple. I shouldn't have said anything. It's called the Bomber. Of course it is. And Chronotis here. He's going to be down on his lap time. He'll be the last one of the white plates to come across. No improvement. And he flies off into the stratosphere. His people need him. Professor Chronotis has gone to another planet.
I always knew that man was an alien.
Did we lose more than one people? I think I saw a couple yellow flags on the back straight as well.
Those were just slowing down to get their lap started, I believe.
Okay. Hopefully no one else disconnected, as we have had, like I say, now 2 disconnections this race.
Nope.
I think that's everyone
Yep,
slowing
everybody's
in Sector
just
3.
Yep.
And
Everybody's
Jacob
getting ready to
Church
start.
kindly redeeming a hydrate.
Definitely need the hydrate after all of this action that's going on.
See here, Scott Sullivan starting his lap. He's going to be the first
Followed
one.
by Alisea. Lizzie Alisea is the second one out.
Eager. Lizzie Eager Alisea. And Automatic is not willing to hydrate us. He would rather see us die and get the T-Rex costume than give us hydration.
Well, that's to get you into
Well, you
the
know.
dinosaur costume
Fair
and then
enough.
Blue into the racing uniform.
Yes, okay, well, you know, we see where your mind's at. His 4th gear there. I think normally you hold 4th gear through the outer loop, but Scott Sullivan dropping down to 3rd for a little bit there. Just to gain some rotation mid-corner, maximizing that minimum speed as we head down into the toe. Yes, Thomas, Kevin Rivera did disconnect. And so did Professor Chronotis.
But I believe Professor Chronotis has made it back. Yes, he is. He's back onto the timing page.
At least he disconnected as he finished his lap. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better time to do it. I mean, he was down on his time, but... Oh, he had a voluntary disconnect? I thought I saw him off the track. I thought it looked like a it didn't look voluntary in my opinion, but... And we haven't heard from him since, so I presume it might be internet related? But to the line goes Scott Sullivan for the first red plate time, 5 seconds off the pace, and it's going to be a 1:59, definitely a 1:59.5. Definitely need a little bit more pace there for Scott Sullivan. I think he has it in him too. Tony Danzig does pop in a 1:57.777. Enough sevens for you? as we have
Never enough sevens.
still a great time. Caleb Dimmock there showing his dominance once again up into P21 overall, P1 in red plates.
Unfortunately, Nauber just invalidated his lap. But there's plenty of time to get another one in.
Well, not plenty, but there is enough.
There is enough.
Got a good few laps to put in, but can't get too complacent here. 5 minutes can go by extremely quickly.
Yes, they can. Dooring into provisional P2 of the red plates with a 157.4.
And yes, Jeremy, we did. We did.
In the 808 Porsche.
Not in this stream, though. They're not in this race, are they? Oh, they are. All right, we'll check it out. Cool. Maybe I haven't then. I'm new. I don't know what to do. Fair enough. You love to see it.
That is a pretty funny livery. I like it.
Currently sitting in P39 without a time on the board. Valid lap so far. Let's see, what is it gonna be for Brandon here? Mellenbacher? I think? Yeah, that's definitely how you say that. As he comes across the line, Mellenbacher with a 159.1. P35. And Snoopy, unless you have your hand on your stove, I mean, you know, time is relative and stuff like that. Patty Doring, holy smokes, where did that time come from? Up to P2 with a 156.9.
And he definitely improved.
Oh no,
man.
John Hawley with an absolute catastrophe of electronic failures. Oh my goodness, Patty Doring there. Gonna need some spinal surgery after that one. Puts an end
Johnson
to their
up
qualifying.
to P2 after also hitting the wall in the final turn.
Wow.
With a 156.5 up to P22 overall.
As well, Krill Osnitsev. I can say it in my head, I can't say it out loud. Osnitsev.
Osintsev.
Osintsev. I can't say it in my head, everybody.
Osintsev.
Osintsev. I do apologize, Krill, genuinely. And everyone in chat for the pain. I'm trying.
We're working on it. We're working on
Osintsev.
it.
Little tail happy goes Kevin Johnson in that Porsche. He's throwing it around like it's a go-kart, and it basically is. 5/10 up for Krill. Invalid lap for Kevin Johnson. Krill here getting held up a bit, though. Oh, and he's going to be trying to make a move in qualifying. You never like to see that. He's going to keep up on his delta while doing it as well, which definitely says something.
He's got pace in that Aston Martin.
Not sure who that AMG is. I guess we can check.
We got Ryan Brown up a 2.5 on his delta. Currently in 31st overall, which is 7th place in the red plates. And Osintsev takes provisional P2 with that last lap.
Rookie Chad is gonna be lit.
Got a little bit loose.
Kind of,
Ryan
Jeremy.
Brown.
Like we're getting there on that one.
Ryan Brown takes provisional pole away from Dimmock with a 156 flat. But Dimmock is up 0.5 on his last time, on his best time. This is for provisional. This is for P1 right here. But can Dimmock keep it belt up? I don't think he has it. No, he does not. 1/100th of a second off is the time.
That's so close. Oh my goodness. Caleb Dimmock's going to be kicking himself for that. If I could have just done one thing better on one corner, but at the end of the day, Ryan Brown takes it.
I think he got a little bit loose coming into the final turn because I thought I saw the tail end of that car wiggle a little bit. And I just watched the time just bleed off.
Kevin Johnson here. No improvement. Actually, an invalid lap as well as he gets a bit of a wiggle there. We see Blaskovitz come across for P30. That's going to be Chris Blaskovitz in P30. Moriko Yatanashi yet to finish their lap up, as well as the 6th. I think Raleigh Duche has had the checkered flag fall.
Yes, I believe he crossed the line after.
So Moriko, the last one to come across the line. What can she do? Rounding the penultimate corner now, 0.7 up. It's going to be a good lap, actually, here from Moriko. The Ginetta is going to be pushing all the way, driving on the right-hand side of the car in America. The wrong-hand side of the car, I should say, up to P37.
Very good lap time.
And might get a penalty for that, unfortunately. I don't think we do penalties, but we'll get a talking to for that. We do not incentivize hitting at the end of sessions, as people have direct drive wheels and it can result in serious injury, genuinely. Not just a disrespect thing or anything like that. It's just like genuinely you can hurt somebody, and we don't want that.
That would be very bad.
Gonna get a little pre-hydration here into the Moriko. I was excited, didn't see them. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Just be aware in the future, all right? That's why we have a rookie series, you know. Yeah. Just be aware.
All right, let's get them funky tunes going.
Yes, indeed. As we have here, starting in P1. This time around, it's going to be the number 55 AMG. Next to him will be Miles Sewell. Not taking the pole position this time around, but on the front row nonetheless. We have Lipo Rotsolani. We're going with him right now. Rotsolani. Apologies in P3. P4 goes to Alex Shen. The Aston Martin Street Art Racing. Potts Weaver taking 5th position. George Elmer, 6th fastest. Next to him will be the 613 of Darren Thomas. Casey Schutte in the 444 Reckless Racing in P8. Cassie Jackman, 9th fastest. Aaron Miller to round out our top 10 in the Viper Racing. Behind him will be the number 222 of Brandon Pfeiffer. Professor Chronotis taking 12th fastest, the Canadian driver. Next to him will be Jason Provolone. It ain't easy being cheesy. Kevin Yu going to be 14th fastest. Next to him will be Alex Winchester in 15th. Adam King taking 16th overall in the number 2 Camaro. John Hawley in the Camaro as well in P17. Ryan Brown, 18th fastest, the 909 in P1 in terms of the rookies. Caleb Dimmock taking 2nd fastest overall in the rookies. Next to him will be Mike Patrick in the BMW taking the top 20. Devin Anthony, 21st fastest, next to Jacob Church. As well, we have Krill Osintsev. Sorry, Krill. Osintsev. Anyways, in P23 this time around, 2 positions gained from the last race. Kevin Johnson, 24th fastest. Zane Bliskett, the Mad Fox Racing in P25. Next to him will be the returner of Reggie King in the WM AMG. Jeremy Cubbage, the team principal over at Noobs R Us, 27th fastest overall. Patty Doring in 28th. We have Alex Freeman in P29th. Next to him will be Chris Blaskovitz in 30th. Benjamin Bidoff, 31st fastest to 776. Michael Cortez taking 32nd. Seth Lincoln in 33rd overall to 101. Next to James Fuller in 34th. Alexi Ogapa in P35. Tony Danzig in 36th. Next to Moriko Yatanashi in 37th. John Hawley in 38th. Next to Jeff Douglas, number 22 in P39. Jason Albert, 40th fastest. Next to Stefana Blaskovitz, apologies, and Scott Sullivan in P42. Brandon Mellenbach in P43. Eric Wolf in 44th. Lizzie Alisea, 45th. Mike Fisher in 46th, starting in the pits. Stefano Renali in 47th. Rally Duce in 48th. And Jaeger Carew in 49th. Only 40 drivers on the grid. 49 drivers, excuse me, on the grid this time around. -1 for the full grid, of course. But nonetheless, we're going to be starting our 3.4 mile outlap here at the Glen. And I think so, David. So we are now all underway for the outlap. 49 cars, absolutely incredible. We had a very clean lap one, knock on wood, and let's hope that stays true throughout this next 20-minute session here. I think Monica's gonna be in here. That'd be awesome. I know I saw Monica signed up for the league at one point. Haven't seen Casey though either. I think they on vacation or something. That could be. But Casey's been driving in other leagues as well. And doing a great job. Fair enough. They're out today. Well, the grid does miss them because we would have had a full grid otherwise. No, not really. Unfortunately. Kevin Rivera, yep. Hearts out to you, whatever happened, intentional or unintentional disconnect. Mike Fisher here in the pits. Got some work to do from the back of the grid. But we'll have a good view of the T1. Hopefully, not a good view of the carnage. Hopefully a view of just cars going by gingerly.
Going by gingerly would be for the best.
And David, just happy Lizzie came back. Yeah, no, I am so, it's so cool to see Lizzie out there on the grid. And just the amount of energy that Lizzie has for sim racing and the ability for her to, I mean, how much effort she's put in these past few months to get to where she's at, as well as setting herself up in the future, learning how to drive properly rather than just getting fast, driving safely as well. Massive respect goes out to her. I'm sure soon enough we'll be seeing her up at the front here with Tony Rodriguez and Miles Sewell and the lot. But for now, she's got a bit of work to do. Sitting down in P45, a couple cars to make up in terms of position. The drivers, though, rounding the penultimate corner now to get ready to come on to the start-finish straight. It's going to be 2x2 Noah's Ark formation here. A rolling start, as always. We get ready to go green.
Seems as though my race control has taken a nosedive.
I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Tony Rodriguez here in the pole position, starting in first. Next to him, Miles Sewell in the 503. It's going to be Mike Noss here in the booth. Next to me will be Steven Tomazic, and we are getting ready here. We're green at Watkins Glen, heading down to the first corner, and it's a smashing start for Lipo back in P4. Or excuse me, no, that's Alex in P3. Excuse me. Trying to take a move around the outside, but not quite making anything of it. Everybody concertining into the first corner, though, with 3 wide as it goes.
Oh, big crash with the leaders of the AMs.
Oh, no. As we see Krill getting involved as well. Oh, lots of cars involved. We're going to keep going for right now. We see a car off onto the gravel. It's Mike Patrick in the grass. Side by side, though, Kevin Yu down the back straight, heading towards the inner loop now. We see also Jason Provolone and Professor Cronotis side by side. It looks like Provolone will manage to get ahead for now. Or actually, that's Adam or Aaron Miller. I'm not sure why my board says that. Went through, though, Kevin Yu in front of the Camaro there of Adam King. It's going to be some American love here on the American track, but the British car needs to be aware. Side by side, Professor Cronotis is doing all he can to keep the cars behind. This is a tap, though. Adam King makes contact with Kevin Yu, which causes him to unsettle, and we're going to be like 5 abreast here just about coming down the back straight. Oh my goodness, or into the toe. That Alpine just kind of at a little bit of a sandwich. He nowhere for them to go. Manages to stay up there for now. That's going to be Cassie Jackman in the Alpine. The Camaro looking to make a move, but that's going to be very risky. Not quite there just yet. We have Devin Anthony behind, getting swamped a little bit by Zane Blisket. Zane Blisket driving the Mad Fox Racing, of course, and trying to make a move here onto Ryan Brown, the leader of this, not the leader of the AMs, in fact, no longer in second place. Ryan Brown is round and in a terrible position, rejoining the track as soon. Oh, he needs to be very careful, and is going to park it up, gets on the throttle, and gets collected by the McLaren of Rinaldi. Oh, my goodness. That was a terrible spot to be there for Ryan Brown after getting pirouetted around. But the battle continues up front here. We see the Noobs R Us driver of Alexio Gappa trying to make gains here with Mike Patrick as well as Patty Dory. Patty Dory who is the leader of the AMs at this point? My goodness. Caleb Dimmock is the leader of the AMs as it stands. All right. Oh, and there's Seth Lincoln going to be round. Oh, no. Seth Lincoln with an error into the first corner allows a lot of cars to go through. Also, big thank you to Danny Santo in chat for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for your support. And a hydrate being redeemed. Great idea.
Guys in the booth are working to get me back up online here. Give me a second.
Sorry, just saw your message. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure on that one how to fix it. Also in chat, thank you. It's gonna be
okay. I'm back.
Anarchy 1989 for the follow as well. Thank you very much. To go blank, and we'll be all good.
All right, the boys in the truck have got me back up online. Now I can see all the data now.
Lovely, lovely. And there we are. We are back into the action with picture-in-picture. Small little hiccup from the truck, but hey, that's what happens on live TV. We see Alexio Gappa chasing Jeff Douglas here. Jeff Dallas. Where did I get Douglas from? Dallas, though, not much of a fight. No, my goodness. We're going to go 3 wide as we see there that Noobs R Us car. I'm not sure who that was. That was Fuller. Was it? No, Fuller is not a Noobs R Us driver. Who is that? Nauber? I think that was Jason Nauber. Oh, and there's contact up. I think everybody managing to keep it under control for now, but Jason Nauber trying to slip his way through. He does manage to, big contact, and actually that sends the AMG off into the barrier. He's going to have an issue recovering back onto the track. He does, though. And Jeff Douglas ahead. Oh, and there's more contact with the barriers. Oh, my goodness. The safer barriers are putting in work here tonight. James Fuller, though, going to be furious, but he needs to get his head down right away and be focused on what's up ahead, as there's going to be an incident up ahead as well. AV6 Scott, oh no, why'd you raid me? That's not good. You're supposed to be racing, Scott. What are you doing here?
ended his own race.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, thank you for the raid, Scott. Much appreciated, but I wish I saw you. I wish your audience was watching you out on track, though. But hey, we'll give you a shout out anyways. Thank you, Scott Sullivan, AV6 Scott on Twitch.
Oh man, there's so much close racing right now. I don't know what to look at. You got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like a 12 car battle going on right now.
Oh, and there's contact. Make that 10 cars. No, Jeff Dallas has joined the middle of the track. He backs up, though. I think that was Eric Wolf managing to navigate that very safely. Man, great reactions there from Eric Wolf. Oh, there's more contact. Oh, there's so much bumping and banging throughout. Even more bumping and banging as that sends Seth Lincoln off. Seth Lincoln sends Blaskovitz off into the barrier. Almost Seth Lincoln. Oh, has caught airtime as well.
Oh man, it's just so much going on.
Race 1 was so clean, guys. What happened? Oh man, Scott, that's too bad.
You hate to see it. Oh.
Oh, we're gonna be 3 wide almost coming down the start-finish straight. Oh my goodness. Dallas here is on a hunt.
Just had 3 cars go off at inner loop. Sheen was one of them.
Oh, Potts Weaver's off into the wall, I guess. What is it, Potts? I'm guessing Potts was one of them. Let's take a look. As we're coming out into the inner loop, and what Potts?
Oh, he took.
Oh no! Potts Weaver.
Oh.
Going for a gap that didn't exist caused him to get yeeted into the immovable plastic barrier, which is, yeah. But anyways, and gets sent back and takes out. Who was that got taken out? That was Darren Thomas. That didn't get taken out. Managed to recover actually fairly well. But wow.
It looked like it was just side door damage.
Oh, no,
hopefully it doesn't damage any of that arrow he has.
There's even more going on. Number 20 and number 69 have also been caught up in an incident. Guys, there's still 12 minutes left to go. As race 2 of 2 has been much more eventful than race 1. Potts Weaver in the pits after that collision. Was holding
Jackman
a great
making a move on Cheeseman, Provolone.
All right, calm down. Brandon Pfeiffer there. I'm telling myself to calm down, not Brandon. Brandon needs to get on the charge here and get Aaron Miller dispatched quickly as he has the pace to do it, but I just thought he was going to dispatch him otherwise. And I still... Oh, my goodness. Come on.
And Jackman made it around Provolone in turn 1, which is just behind Brandon Pfeiffer and Aaron Miller. And these battles are just all over the place. Everybody, pretty much a lot of big packs that are everybody's within a tenth of a second of each other.
Okay. And Brandon Pfeiffer is by. Aaron Miller washes wide on the outer loop, allowing Brandon through. Chronotis now attacking onto Aaron Miller. We also have a battle for the lead, maybe intensifying here, as Miles Sewell is actually putting an invalid lap, and we're going to see some close action here from Tony Rodriguez into the chicane potentially. This isn't a chicane. There's one chicane on this track.
Just so much action, you forget which track you're on.
And that was very close. Tony Rodriguez definitely seems like he has the pace here. He's the fastest lap of 154.9. That's not going to be the fastest lap, dipping off into the off-track limits there. Comes across the line, though. Still right behind as well. We have Routsalani. You said in chat earlier. Routsalani is what we're going with.
We have contact in the back. Anthony is around at the final curve. Let's see what we got. Oh, he got collected by. Oh, who was that? I could not tell who that was, but he got bounced off of a car that got bounced off the wall in the final turn.
Great driving here from Casey Schutte, up 4 positions from where he started into the 4th, almost to the podium slots. Got a bit of work to do to get there. We also see Aaron Miller and Brandon Pfeiffer battling again, and Brandon Pfeiffer is now behind him. So it must have made an error at some point, or Aaron Miller has a bit more pace than we thought, one of the two. I think it must have been an error, though, as he has an invalid lap. Nothing against Aaron Miller here. I just think that Pfeiffer is quite quick, and he's really showing that.
We got Kevin Yu on the back bumper of Adam King for P12. This is heating up a little bit over here.
Ooh, and Pfeiffer washes wide. Also, shout out to Aaron Miller's parents if they're in chat. I'm not sure if they are, but I know they like to watch the stream, but shout out to you guys if you are, and your whole family. Aaron's an awesome dude. So, love to see him out there on track. George Elmer gonna be chasing down Casey Schutte here still. Oh no! Pfeiffer hits the wall on the exit. I know you said it before, but that wall is a menace.
It is. It comes up on you so fast you just don't realize it. Darren Thomas is now sniffing at the back bumper of Kevin Yu for P13. You have Shen on the back bumper of Provolone for P10. We have Kevin Johnson looking at the back bumper of Freeman right now for P20. There's just so much close action going on. It's everywhere. Trust us when we say it. It is everywhere.
I don't think they need to trust us. They can just look with their very eyes. Also, welcome Rebel Huntress. Huntress. Okay, there we go. Mike versus Words, but oh no, we see Alex Shen making contact with the Jason Provolone. The Stinky Cheese Man himself is around and in the barrier. Oh no, Alex Shen, who had a great start to this race, but unfortunately down 12 positions from where they started. Street Art Racing Aston Martin not looking quite that great in this race. Definitely wanting to put this one maybe behind him, but not just yet. Needs to get their head down, get it to the end, and, well, look forward to next week, as a couple of these drivers are definitely going to be doing the same. Moriko saying in chat, race 2 is a bust. So definitely going to be looking for... Uh-oh, Lizzie in chat as well. What is Lizzie doing in chat?
Oh, no.
That's an awesome emote, too.
Brandon Pfeiffer is now making the move on Aaron Miller, coming down the front stretch. And he backs off. You know what it is? I don't think the Ginetta has the straight line speed that the McLaren has. And that's where he loses all of his time. But he makes it up in the twisty bits.
What, Lizzie? You landed on the pits and can't get back up? Does your car not have life alert?
Her car's moving now.
She must have had to return to garage or something. What happened?
Well, we're not going to find out now. She's driving.
Fair enough. Reggie King dispatches Mike Patrick. I think Mike Patrick made a bit of an error. We see Benjamin Biddulph trying to do the same here to Jacob Church. This is an out-of-class pass, if it is, but currently Church with the pace. Oh, did she get a drive-through? Uh-oh, Devin Anthony with yellow flags. Number 30 car off into the grass, rejoining in front of that AMG fairly safely. Going to be Chris Blaskovitz in P31.
Oh. I don't know if Pfeiffer just tapped the bumper of Miller, but I want to step away from this battle, but every single time I step away, they go down to 0 on the delta between the two of them, and I don't want to leave it.
Just stay on that one. Let me know if anything happens. We'll on the main feed here keep with Kevin Yu and Adam King, the two Camaros. It's a bit of a civil war here. And on the start-finish straight now, we see Kevin Yu dip to the inside, but as soon as it tucks out of that slipstream, you see all the drag from that gigantic brick coming through the air. Car rejoining the track after pitting. I'm not sure who that was. I think that was Fuller, actually, down in P49, P44. Let's say or 49. P49. No, there's no. Anyways. Kevin Yu. Still trying to. Oh no! Kevin Yu is off into the barrier. He manages to keep it out of the barrier, but he overcooks it into the chicane. Kevin Yu had the temperature on way too high. Burns his bread and the bacon to boot. Let's take a look at this from the onboard.
I'm just still watching this battle here with Brandon Pfeiffer and Aaron Miller, and Fife has the run on him through the corners, but the straight line, the McLaren just pulls away, and he just can't make that ground back up.
What has happened to Cassie Jackman? We go back. I'm on the wrong person. Oh, it's the self-inflicted off. She caught the grass and just sent it flying into the barrier. That was a very high-speed collision. We also see Jacob Church with a yellow flag. What happened to Jacob Church? Has lost a position now to Cassie Jackman. I know it's not live, but we're back live now. There we go. Cassie Jackman right back onto the charge, trying to get her head down and chase down Patty Doring. But that's going to be a bit of a ask with a very, very battle-scarred Alpine.
Yep. Darren Thomas is looking to make a move on Adam King. Going up through the S's side by side. Pulls back. Decides to take the arrow off the back of Adam King to get that slipstream going into the inner loop. Does he make the move? I don't think he's got the pace to make the move, but man, he is sniffing the bumper of Adam King. And Adam King just has an off.
That
losing a lot of time.
Might give Darren the opportunity here. Yes, that's another bit of a wobble for the Camaro. The Camaro's struggling for grip here. We are encroaching, though, on the last lap. Wide goes the Camaro.
And the battle for the lead is heating up, too. Rodriguez is on the back bumper of Sewell within 0.3 of a second.
Brandon Pfeiffer is also caught back up to Aaron Miller. That gap was down to 2 seconds. I'm not sure what happened with Brandon. I don't know where to keep my eyes right now, to be completely honest.
There's action all over the place. But right now, it looks like the closest action is for the lead and for P6. But then again, you got Kubich, Thomas, and King all battling for that P9 position.
And Reggie King, Mike Patrick, and Kevin Yu also down a bit further. This is absolutely incredible action here. I do want to take a look. Brandon Pfeiffer might have the run finally onto the start-finish straight. Goes very wide, and this might be it. I think Brandon Pfeiffer has finally got it done, but are we going to see the top speed of the McLaren come in as the inside line is still being held for Aaron Miller? And the advantage goes to Aaron Miller on corner entry. The Ginetta goes to the outside and actually goes off the track for an off-the-track pass. That is going to be a heavily debated one as, well, quite frankly, Brandon Pfeiffer was fully off the track when they took the position. In my opinion, I think he should give that one back and maybe try to fight that one again. I know it's been a lot of work. He does. Exactly that. Very respectful driving from Brandon Pfeiffer. So he needs to try again. While this has been happening, though, we have that Steven was saying earlier, the battle here for P1 is intensifying. In fact, it's a battle for the entire podium. We could have a podium shuffle by the end of this. But we are running out of corners to do it.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yep. Brandon Fife is just still battling against Miller.
That one will go to the checkered flag, I think. We'll see. I think Aaron Miller really has. He's been putting on the defense like no other. We need to see Sewell do the same, though. And they're actually approaching lap traffic. This could potentially come into play for one of these drivers, but I think we are going to run out of corners just in time for it to not matter. 59 car is off in T1 as well.
Yeah, and this battle for P9 is also heating up as well. Kubich is now in it. Dimmick's now looking at it. Thomas is still right there. He's got a little bit of a run, but he needs to stay tucked in behind.
Brandon Pfeiffer to the line. Brandon Pfeiffer to the line. He's got the run, but does he have it? This is going to be a photo finish between Aaron Miller and Brandon Pfeiffer, and Brandon Pfeiffer got
Pfeiffer
it.
Has it. He
gets it.
Wow.
At the very end by 0.007 of a second.
Oh, I got to see the time.
Oh, and I think there was a photo finish as well between Darren Thomas and Adam King as well. Oh my goodness. What a race at the end there. Caleb Dimmock takes the P1 for the red plates. Freeman in second, and we have Johnson in third. But holy smokes.
And they're still battling further back. You got Gappa within 0.4 of Nauber. Oh, man. Just battles everywhere.
As we're looking here now for Miles Sewell, Tony Rodriguez, as well as Lipo. If you guys are in chat or someone knows them in chat, if you guys could wrangle them up to the Discord, as well as Caleb Dimmock, Freeman, and Johnson we're looking for. But yes, those battles were continuing. Sorry, I couldn't really... actually, there's still a battle continuing to the line. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh, and that's going to be the end of that. Tony Danzig secures it. Mike Fisher ends up putting it in the wall on the final corner just slightly. Just a brush. Comes across there for P33.
And we got Donnelly going after Blaskovich. He's got the run. He might have it. This is for P36.
He gets it.
He gets it, yes.
Gets it by quite a bit, actually. That was a terrible exit for John Donnelly. I'm not sure what happened there. Or, excuse me, from Dallas. Dallas loses it at the very end.
No,
of the
that
line.
was Blaskovich. Blaskovich.
Excuse me. You're right. Anyways.
Yeah, the timetable's all messed up now.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very messed up. That's okay. As we get ready here, we're going to hop back into the booth. And welcome back to the booth, everybody. We're now here. As we are going to also head into the replays of this while we wait for the drivers to, end up in the green room. Once again, if you guys know the top three, if you can get them to the green room in the Discord server, if they would like an interview, if they're the top three, that'd be awesome. Miles Sewell, Tony Rodriguez, Lipo, as well as Caleb Dimmock, Alex Freeman, and Kevin Johnson. Looking for there. And we already have a couple in there, just pulling up the replay. And we'll get them in here now. And, Steven, why don't you take the interviews? And Caleb, why don't we start with you, as you won the rookies for race one.
It was a tough battle for sure. I'm still shaking a little bit, but this was a good time.
Oh, Steven, are you muted? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that was really fun watching you guys race. What exactly happened in the first lap there?
Which race are we talking? One or two?
The second race.
Second race. Not real sure. I mean, got a little slow in the first turn, and things happen. So
Yeah, I was watching that and I just saw all the chaos. But let's move on to Miles for P1 in the pro class.
Just
Tell
for the
me
one
about the race, man.
I mean, honestly, I was just focused on trying to keep Rodriguez behind me the whole time. He was destroying me under braking, especially going through bus stop. I was losing 3 to 4 tenths every time, and I was just trying to get good corner exits, and it worked out this time around.
Yeah, and what happened to you in the first race? I saw you. What did you do? Hit the curb a little bit off at inner loop.
No, I was gone anyway. I sent it too deep. I was daydreaming a little bit. I saw the 300-meter board, slammed on the brakes, but it didn't help that I had my brake bias at 46.7 instead of 47.6, and that curb just sent me into a wall instead of just gently tapping it.
I gotcha.
It's all good though. I enjoyed fighting my way back. I had fun.
And Tony, P2, you were the battle between you and Sewell was really good. What was keeping you from getting around him?
Yeah, I mean, made a mistake in the bus stop, much like he did in the first race. Went a little too deep and recovered it, collected it, and yeah, I mean, I just couldn't find a window where I could get him. I was slightly better under braking, but the areas to pass at the track, I just couldn't find an opening. So his exit speed was really good, and bus stop's not the greatest place to pass at, so I didn't want to send it there.
Yeah, I hear you, man. And we got Ilpo Rotsalinen. Am I pronouncing that right?
I think it's Lipo, right? Is how you
It is
pronounce your
Ilpo.
first. Is Ilpo? Oh,
Yep.
shoot. I wasn't. How do you pronounce your name, please? Can you give us a phonetic pronunciation on that one?
Okay, so my name is pronounced Ilpo Ruotsalainen.
Ilpo
Rotsalinen.
Ruotsalainen.
Yep.
Okay.
I like how that rolls off the tongue.
He's Finnish, dude. It's the Finnish language. It's so awesome. Finns just sound cool.
I wasn't too far off when I was pronouncing it.
No, it wasn't.
But man, how did your race go? I saw you were doing really well.
I felt like I had a little bit more pace in the first bit, the uphill. Camaro is pretty good there. It has really good top speed with no wing. I think it's the second fastest car in a straight line with a minimum wing. But I was struggling in the last sector, especially after like 10 minutes, because the front tires just die. And then it's just understeer city in the high-speed corners, and I just couldn't get close enough to get a run on the uphill. So I was basically just sitting there hoping that they tangle and I get the freebie.
And
Couldn't really do much else.
They were tangling. You were catching them up on the last couple laps, and it was really fun watching all of you race tonight. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's just very difficult to overtake on this track. Like no matter how much, even if you're significantly faster, it's quite difficult to do. So
yeah. All right.
Is that everybody? I think that is everybody. So
That is everybody.
Before we go, I gotta ask:
what's up?
did you catch the racing at the end of the race on the first one with me, Kronotis, Blishquick,
Yes.
and like
You can always
we
go
were
back
having
in
a great time.
you can always go back in the stream and watch. Now that's the political answer right there.
That was amazing. We are having such a great time.
I'd highly recommend going back and watching the stream on that one and finding out yourself. No, but thank you guys, and congratulations as well on you guys' podiums and positions and wins, and thank you guys once again. Looking forward to this league. If it's anything like if this league shapes out like anything like this race one, we have a thriller in terms of leagues ahead of us. I mean, 50 cars in the first race was absolutely insane. Big thanks to everybody in the race. Big thanks to everyone in chat. You guys are all free to go, by the way. Drivers.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
thank you.
And so thank you guys in chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steven, for joining me in the booth as well. Steven Tomazik, of course. Massive shout out to him.
It's always a lot of fun being here, Mike.
Pleasure having you. And also, we're going to be rating tonight, of course. We're going to be rating D Bidet. Let's make sure they're not live anymore. Shoot. We're not going to be rating them. We're going to be finding another raid. Hang on momentarily, everybody. Unless anyone has any suggestions, we are open for suggestions as it stands. Yeah, we're just going to take a quick little look. But big thanks, like I say, everyone for the support, for the subscriptions. Thank you guys in chat for being here, making this entertaining for us. And
we got the bearded
there
driver.
we go. We got I'm Not Jimmy out there. Perfect. I'm Not Jimmy in races in a few of our leagues. It's going to be the bearded driver on Twitch. Let's raid. Let's go say hi to Jimmy. So thank you guys so much. I hope everyone has a safe evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in this fine world. Thank you guys for participating. And thank you guys for watching. And hope you guys have a great night. Thank you.
See you later.
I forgot to hit raid before we said bye. So hang on, chat. We'll be here for another 10 seconds. And then we're going to awkwardly just end it. So bye.